Hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody. This is Dr. J and Arjun and Spike. We're live from Long Island, New York, and Oakland, California. It's been a big week for the stock market after a terrible slide on Monday. It looked like the end of the world on Monday. Now it looks like we're melting up to new highs in all the indices. I think we missed a new high on the Dow by an 18th of a point, or some ridiculous fraction of a dollar. But we'll take a look at some of the global stuff, macro stuff. We'll take a look at the Dow. We'll take a look at the IWM. We'll take a look at the XBI. We'll see what's doing macro-wise. And then we're going to look at, focus on the AD stocks, which are getting a lot of play with the conference coming up all week next week, their annual conference on Alzheimer's. And we're going to, by the way, both Innovis and Sava should be releasing new data this week. And that might explain the nice pops. Big Techs has got its elbow strategy.
Oh yeah, I'm doing this too. I'm doing the same thing, Big Techs.
Yeah. Big Techs and Dan and I don't know if Big Tech's cashed in his Sava, but I cashed in my Sava yesterday for over a 50% gain. I mean, probably I did the wrong thing, but I was salivating at the gain. And Innovis had a more modest gain, but I took my profits. And Anavex was barely a gain. It was basically break even. I got out of that. So, I mean, I came away okay, but I do want to re-enter. Maybe with options on Sava. Innovis has no options. I'm a high flyer with no options, but I guess that'll change.
Yeah, they might do a split or something at some point. Then there'll be options.
Who's here today? We got a lot of people today.
A lot of the usual
position on Dermatech. I'm still holding Dermatech, Jiggy. I don't know what you're saying. We're not down.
Sean wants us to chart a VXL. We will.
Yep.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your call.
Yeah, well,
it's like because I got it de-risked. Obviously, the price didn't work out. You got like a mini pump, but it didn't last. But yeah, I'm happy because now I can just anytime I have spare change and I don't know what to do with it, I'm just buying a couple Albo shares. Because I'm in here for the long run.
Why your newfound enthusiasm over OPHC? I've been noticing that on the Twitch.
The chart, we got to chart it. I'll show you.
It's the stomach issue. It's just a stomach issue with Albo. Jiggly is optimistic.
Well, Jiggly's smart. He never entered, but now he can enter.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Jiggly is buying.
Yeah, I feel like by not doing anything, I feel like I've entered, and left again.
Yeah.
Jiggly is looking for his number, the high 20s to come in.
I think he might get it.
Ola says night 2. Ola, it is. And Sean wants guidance on Albo and VBIV. We're going to chart it.
Yeah. Save them, though.
Sometimes I think it's better for me not to know fundamentals at all, not to even know when the catalysts are coming, not to even know when earnings are coming, not to even know when data is coming. Just look at the chart and be done with it. It might be a purer, better way to play things for me.
It probably has a higher overall success rate.
Sean says Dan should come on with us. I agree. Dan is welcome anytime. Anybody, any of our regulars, let me put it this way, any of our regulars, anytime you want to come on, just let me know and you're invited. That goes for any and all of our regulars. Yeah, we went through that already. Chigley is still from JMIA. Chigley, you've been in this too long, probably, right?
It's a torch he's going to carry for a long time.
Here's one that we talked about earlier. I got rid
I'm
of
still
all
on
of
holding
them,
that one.
but it might be time to think about coming back in.
Have a little
Again,
bit of it. Yeah.
Up and down, up and down. Certainly a lot of good talk about it.
Yeah. There's huge conversation going on our chat group. Come join it. I'm sure that you'd be welcome. Patrick is the mainstay of our chat group, and he believes he bought Dan Saba. I don't think so. I think Dan sold.
I wish I had so much money.
I think Dan sold much higher than 80. I would think. I mean, I was buying at 80. I don't think Dan was selling at 80. I was buying in the 70s. I also bought
in the 70s. Oh yeah, it was.
You know how I operate. I tend not to go in big at one time. Dan sold his BCRX. I'll answer that question.
I don't think that's the worst idea.
Yeah, Patrick, you're not lucky, you're smart. Whenever you do the right thing, do not say you're lucky, say that you're smart.
Yeah, I think I think selling at that 36 made a lot of sense.
In retrospect.
Yeah, but you could kind of see it topping. I mean, you had to be paying really close attention, but it seems like everyone was.
Spike, maybe we take a look at GG for Stanley. Maybe we'll start with GG for Stanley. I like to start with a request.
What almost says, what Anvis giveth, what Novus giveth, I will take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, on the short-term time frame, he is 100% right.
Yeah. All right, let me get the share screen.
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah, maybe start with some macro. Give the people the bird's eye view.
The first stock I want to chart is for Stanley.
GG?
GG. I don't know what it is, but
yeah, I have no idea what that is. Or maybe I do. Maybe I just got a
gold quarter.
Maybe it's got a jolt our memory.
I can't even find GG.
It's a minor.
Oh, okay. So it's an oil play, a gold play.
I have the Dow from before. Maybe we'll start with that. Because it came within pennies of a new all-time high.
Oh, Gallane Gold Limited.
Maybe by now it made a new all-time high. I don't know. We want to see that.
Oh, the Dow did? Dow. Yeah, the Dow made an all-time high, I think.
I don't think it did. Did it?
I thought it touched it, or maybe it rejected.
I think it missed by pennies. I believe. Why am I not loading? This is really ridiculous. We may be chartless today. That would not be good. Because I was looking at the thing, and that probably overloaded my computer. I happen to have the picture of the Dow. Is this the Dow? Yeah. But this doesn't look right. It's probably a partial picture. I want to get rid of this so we can go to our usual charts. So let's see if I can X this out. probably why I can't seem to load the findings, because I have too much. Damn.
Yeah,
Can't even get
internet's
out of
choppy.
this. But I think this definitely contributed to the problem. Thinkorswim is an excellent platform. Nobody's home. Why do people keep calling me at this hour?
That's your tech guy. He knows in advance that you're having trouble because of the Internet
Turn
of
it
Things.
off.
The Internet of Things knows everything about you.
I think so. This is sucky.
See? They're insistent. Come on, I could fix your
Turn
computer.
the phone off.
It is.
Just have to phone.
I still couldn't get out of Thinkorswim. It refused to out.
Well, let's chart the Dow.
I hit the
I
X.
think you're.
Did I not hit the X?
Wouldn't the
Yeah, you
IB be more interesting? The IWM be more interesting?
Yeah, we should do both, though, I think. Because I feel like the Dow might be looking a little toppy right now. I haven't looked today, but I looked
The
yesterday.
Dow
And it looked...
trying to make a new high. 25,992. Is that a new high? Maybe it is. Today?
30?
Maybe.
You mean 35? 35,000?
Yeah, 30,992. That today? Yeah. 485. No, I don't think so. 35,075. I don't remember what the top is. I think it's 30. 09 something, maybe. Very close if it didn't already go above. I just don't remember. Too many numbers. $35.07.
Yeah, your internet's pretty choppy today.
Because I got rid of Thinkorswim, by the way. It's gone.
Okay, now it's better. Now it's better.
Gone.
Is this the Fibonacci retrace?
Oh, the one that we couldn't get working.
Yeah, how is it showing up now?
From the March highs, but I really want to do it from the 2018 low. I mean, from the March lows, March 20 lows. But I really want to look at the December 2018 lows and do it from that. So I'm going to get rid of this drawing, I think. The high is 35.80. The old high is 35.91. So it's still, the old one is still valid. It didn't make the new high yet.
Yep. It's looking a little toppy.
Look at yesterday.
Resistance.
Look, yesterday, 35.090, missed by a point. It gets me a little nervous till it breaks through this.
Yeah, I agree. Because if it puts, especially if it bumps its head against it a third time, then I'll get pretty nervous.
Well, this is the third time if you count days.
I don't really count 2 days in a row. More like when it back tests and then tries again.
I know. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And now we're in what looks like it could be a very tight trading range. May come back down to this level before we make the new high.
Yeah.
33.12. 33.312. It could retest that.
Right.
I mean, almost in a single day, it could do the whole range. The whole trading range almost today, practically.
That's a big range. It's a big range.
Dow. Now, I charted it from the March 20. I took the Dow retrace, the Fibonacci retrace from the March lows from here. No, that's a 61%. Where is it? Here it is. From the March lows of 18,000. Is this the March lows? No, this is the 18,213. Was this? Yeah, this was the March lows. We also had lows in 2018 that were lower than this, didn't we? I think. Let's go to the 3-week. I'm getting.
Yeah, the 3 or the monthly.
Yeah, but by the way, the 61.8. If we're at the top on the Dow, then this is a likely stopping point, right about the June 14th low, or the highs, or the double top that we made. The double top that we made on 5/17, 24/7/18. That would be a likely stopping point if we enter a big correction here. 10,000 points would come off. That's a significant if, but I don't think that's the case. But I was just looking at what ifs. So let's get rid of this drawing and go to the 3-week, to the weekly. Clear drawings. And see if I can get the weekly. Yeah, I'm in the weekly. All right, so I'm in the weekly. I want to go to 2018. 2018 is December. That'll be at the end of the picture somewhere. That's not it.
Now you're in 2016.
That's too far. The 2018 lows.
Yeah, right there.
Was higher than the March lows.
Yeah, much higher, much higher.
Yeah. All right, my memory fails me. So the picture I had was the right picture. We're looking at a retrace of about 10,000 points. Should we enter a likely retrace of about 10,000 points if we enter a bear market?
It's a big if.
That would be a 30% correction, or close to it, 27%. So I'm not calling for that, but if it doesn't take out, make a new high soon, I'm going to get very nervous. It's easy for me to get nervous, especially lately. I'm jittery about the market. So let's look at IWM. And that's the other index that's making me even more jittery. IWM is only up 0.23% or 50 cents. And this is the Russell 2000.
Yeah, this one's had me nervous for a few weeks now.
We're actually closer to the bottom end of its trading range than the top end. 235 to 207. Well, we're 12 points off 207, and we're 16 points off the top.
You really need that to hold. The bottom is
you're talking 2,000 stocks.
Yep.
2,000 stocks is much more representative.
The trend Professor Omar was talking about 2 weeks ago needs to be revisited, and maybe he has a comment on that. If you do, Professor Omar, I'd like to hear it.
In the weekly, we are now above that trend line today. Yesterday we closed below it, so we're hovering. I mean, last week we closed below, so we're hovering around that trend line. I think that's the trend line he's talking about.
Yeah, no, that was his trend line. Yeah, absolutely. All right, fine. Then I shouldn't panic.
Not yet, no. I mean, because that bottom looks very strong. Like you
I
almost
don't
got three,
I don't
four
think the
touches.
I don't think the trend line is more critical than this double low right here.
That's what
This
I
is
mean. Yeah.
Okay.
The 207 number is a critical number.
Because what I like is that like this week it made a higher low than that bottom. So as long as that bottom keeps getting further and further away, I think that's what matters most.
Yeah, it didn't come down to totally retest the lows, but close.
Yeah. So that was encouraging because before that I was a little worried that we would go down and make a lower low, but doesn't seem like that's the case yet.
It's been trading in the 204 to 235 range since January 3rd, since the beginning of the year. So for the whole year, we're in a very narrow range for the broad market.
Right.
The very narrow range. The high on at the beginning of the year was 209 to start the year, and that's about where the area we retested on Monday, right? It went down to 209.
Yep.
On Monday. So we retested where we were at the beginning of the year on Monday. That's a little scary to me. Basically, it says to me that the last 6 months we've been treading water on the broad market. How else can you interpret it?
That's the way it's felt on the portfolio anyway.
Yeah, we're treading water on the Russell 2000, but if you look at the S&P, you're going to look at a much healthier picture, much different picture. Since the beginning of the year, we're up sharply on the S&P. We could take a quick look at the SPX, or you want to look at spiders.
Doesn't matter. It'll tell the same story.
Right.
Okay, I'm glad we charted this Russell. I'm feeling a little better now.
Well, the Russell, it doesn't make me feel great. But
yeah, but it feels, you're happy that low got a little higher, is all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, Dr. J drew a line in the sand at 207, and it didn't hit, so.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like, if that doesn't hit, then I can sleep at night.
I had my hand on the well, I was thinking already about buying.
You're going to get to sell your cash, Dr. J.
Well, he's about to load his leveraged his leveraged like 3x puts or whatever.
Oh, that's true.
He always does
just
that.
Go straight down, single inverse. I wasn't going to go crazy if it broke below 207. The spiders are just amazing.
It just can't be stopped.
Stronger and yeah, this is a far better chart than the Nasdaq, than the IWM, and it's a much better chart than the Dow as well. Whereas the Dow has been pussyfooting around the last few months, this has been doing nothing but go straight up.
Yep.
So the S&P 500 has been phenomenally strong, and makes you feel good about being in a bull market. So if you look at this chart, you say, bull market, no brainer. You look at the IWM and you wonder, because since January, we're basically treading water. And if you look at the Dow and bumping against the all-time highs several times, you would. It's not a terrible picture because it had a nice run, but you want it to get through. You want it to join the S&P in the party. You don't want the S&P being the only index in the party. So you want others to join the party. That's how I see it. Now, what about NASDAQ 100?
Hmm?
The NASDAQ 100 is another one that we should look at. The NASDAQ 100 or the Qs? Which one? Don't matter.
Well, the Qs look exactly like
The
yesterday.
Qs represent.
Yeah, don't look at the Qs. We're not going to learn anything from that.
You want to look at XBI or not?
I mean, I'm
Let's skip
satisfied
that
with
one.
the macro picture, but if you want to do one more, maybe. Or maybe XBI, just because everyone here loves bios.
That's a good point.
Fine. We'll do G.
Yeah. But yeah, at some point,
Yeah,
XBI
but
or IBB.
XBI and the other one have both been
IBB.
doing really well. So
Yeah, IBB is more stable than the
IBB, and
XBI.
both been doing really well. Snap had, I don't know how this came up, but they had really great earnings report.
Yeah,
They're crushing it. They're killing it.
Snap and Twitter.
I have
both
no idea
really-
how Snap came up, but they are crushing it.
Yeah, no,
Let's see if I
that's
can get. Let's see if I can get GG. Snap is crushing it, no question.
GG is at like 18
Intel,
cents, I think.
G, I don't know. I can't seem to even. It's not even coming up.
Yeah, let's skip it. I don't think we can find it on this.
Yeah, it doesn't have enough life. It only shows up when you look for 1 month.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I think there's plenty of other.
Yeah, everybody's still talking, and we have some people still questioning from the old days about VBIV. So all of your all of the Arjun plays are being discussed.
Yeah.
VBIV, Albo. There's another one that you were really into.
I think Innovis is having a day for itself, right?
This is the only one that's going up, it looks like, of the ones that you listed. You listed Sava, Innovis, Anavex, Lilly, PRTA, and I added INMB.
I divested myself of all three, but I should have held on to the Innovis.
Well, Innovis was actually this morning.
I can always come back. I can come back in and pay a little more. Nothing serious. I might do that. It was as high as what today?
And it's 120s.
120s today. Opened at 120. Days range up to 130. High today, 132. It's at the low of the day now. Wow, we really had a run. I mean, you could have made money day trading this one. I may not be able to do as many stocks as I would have liked because it's just so slow loading. And so now I know this is due to shed more light on its phase 2 data, I believe this week. So I'm not sure exactly what the data is all about, but I'm sure it'll be good data. And
maybe go to the daily. Go to the daily here.
Because the weekly shows a clear and sustained uptrend.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so I'm sure the daily will look equally good.
People are going to get upset when they look at the daily if they didn't.
The daily has an ugly candle, even though we made new highs.
We're still on trend, though. We're still on trend.
Right. You don't want to see it take out the low of $93. I don't see that happening.
I don't either. I think this is the best AD play, this one.
I think you're right. Right.
you can't own enough of them, but I think if you have to pick one, you got to have this one.
I tend to agree. We've had a woman from the trial personally attest to the benefits that she experienced.
Yep.
I mean, firsthand proof.
Somebody from our audience wondered if there was any follow-up from her.
Yeah, I've been talking to her. You know, basically, I think I recorded everything that she told me.
Okay.
Nice.
It didn't take away all of her symptoms, but she said she had noticeable improvement and would sign up in a second for phase 3. So that says a lot.
That's a good sign, yeah.
Yeah. So wait, what are we staring at here? We're staring at a candle that looks very yucky, right?
Yeah.
Very yucky looking candle. I mean, it could come down to trend line support at about the middle of this candle, let's say.
Yeah.
Oma trimmed at 120. There's a small move.
I mean, if you like this one though, you can buy it now because it's closer to the trend line than it isn't.
Yeah, you might be able to get this a little cheaper because it's
A little cheaper. Yeah, maybe 110.
It's giving back, clearly giving back off the top. So where she stops, nobody knows. Maybe 110, 111.
For the
So
day, yeah.
I saw 111 in the pre-market early in the morning. So I'm going to go with 111 as an educated guess. Where you might pick it up today?
Yep.
If you want, and where I might pick it up today, even though I sold it. I sold it at 108, so I lose 3 points. Big deal, right?
Got to be in it to win it.
Well, look at this. It's taking chunks off as we speak. It went from 114 to 112 in a blink. What is it, 115? What's going on? It's jumping.
Well,
like
are we right in the middle of that conference, or is that conference over?
112.79, then 115. Now
it has a wide spread at all times, like the
now
bid
back
ask.
to 112.79. So the way you got to buy this is
if you look at the daily, if you look at the 1 day.
This is the 1 day.
No, the 1 day period, 1 day duration.
So like the hourly, or like
Yeah.
the minute or whatever.
Yeah, sort of interesting.
Let's look at the hourly. Well,
I think the story here though is like this is long term likely to be a very good play. So if you want in and you believe in this trend, nibble, buy a little.
Right now, though, the bears are in control. Right now.
Yeah, but don't lose the forest through the trees, right? I mean,
right. I mean, we're just talking. You made me look at the hourly. The bears are in control.
Yeah.
And if you look even.
Oh, because people who want to.
You look at the 15 minutes. What do we see in the 15 minutes? A tremendous fall.
This is where you lose everyone, and they want to chart something else.
they get a little. They start talking about other stuff.
Yeah.
We got to give a new chart. Too much Anovis.
Well, Anovis is money. Anovis equal $, $.
Yep.
So when to buy Anovis is not boring to me. I'm looking at 111 to get back in.
Agreed.
This is a slide as well on the 15 minutes.
This one I would not be buying yet.
It makes me feel like a genius having sold it at 127. But
I thought that was very smart. Yeah,
But
it was at like
Novus,
five billion market cap at that point. Crazy.
and Novus makes me feel less of a genius.
No, and Novus
I'm a
is certainly more.
genius.
Novus is a little bit more volatile, it seems to me, than Sava. Sava looks more like a recognized name, so it's acting like that.
Look at the last 15 minutes. It looks like, pretty good candle for the last 15 minutes. Whatever that means. Let's look at the last 30 minutes. It looks less good.
Yeah, I don't want to be buying this right now.
This looks like it's going to 111 also. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I got the same prediction for where to buy today, Sava and the Novus. Buy them both at 111. Picket fence on both of them. So Dr. J's entry points are 111. Let's take a look at a Vaxel. I was really questioning myself whether I did the right thing selling all three. But this one I sold it in over $23.
This one's taking a hit too today.
So I feel smart. I feel a little bit smarter. But yesterday, I never questioned myself so much as I did on yesterday's move. And now I'm realizing, at least at this moment in time, I did the right thing, and I could get back in now and be a happy camper. Especially with Anavex and Sava, not so much with a Novus. Let's take a look at a more normal graph chart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's normal.
This one I'm scared. The chart just scares me. I want to wait for some stability.
Well, we found support at the 9-day.
That's, I guess, true. At the 9-week.
9-week, actually.
Yeah, I want to see it higher on that candle. But yeah, I guess this could be support. It could be.
It's very bullish. I mean, it's been a real nice curve up. It's maybe not quite parabolic, but close. X to the 1.5 spike.
1.7.
1.7. Yeah, I mean, if it's not parabolic, it's close.
Yeah,
so,
I would like to see this have a longer tail. It has time to, but yeah.
Big O of X to the 1.5.
Like I said, you could change the scale and that number would change.
I think I'm cracking up. I'm talking math talk. I'm cracking up.
These math jokes. I'm sure Jiggly loves them at least.
Yeah. I'm sure. All right. So this is still a nice trend line up too on the weekly. If you chart the low,
I mean, these are all stocks worth owning in general.
You draw a line through the lows, and it's like
Linda's here and Magnificent Answers here.
It shows the parabolic nature of this rise. And to the truth be told, any reasonable pullback is a buy on this one. So whether if you buy it now, or if you look to fill this gap at 1555, I mean, if you think it's going that low, fine. But even now, I think is pretty good pullback from the highs of 3150. You're looking at a 10-point pullback, 30%. I'm tempted to get back in right now. I sold it at 2330, something like that. I was basically even on my trade. But I'm tempted to get back in. I like all three of them. I think you look to buy them on any weakness, period. So I think we're in a bull market on AD. I think the conference, I'm not sure whether the conference will boost these prices or not.
Dan is just saying it's going to need volatility. So
oftentimes these big conferences have the opposite effect. But buy on weakness. Buy on weakness. That's my opinion on this.
Yep.
Should I look at GG? Let me look at GG. I try to honor these requests.
I don't think you're going to be able to find it.
Yeah. No.
Oh, yeah. See, nothing. Nothing.
Chart's not available. Well, I tried. It's not for lack of trying, right?
You want to do my favorite swing trade this week, the OPHC?
Yeah, I want to do all the Arjun plays. We should do VBIV.
Yeah, this one I am super long.
I covered my short yesterday for a 50% hit. My puts, I covered them. I should have waited because it's been in a downtrend.
All right, so
Professor
Spike.
Spike.
This is a reaction to the good news.
What a call by Professor Spike. They'll get approved and they'll go down. He didn't give me a number, but you had it. You had it right.
I'm holding for the long term, so everything else here is just noise.
Yeah,
exactly.
What you said so casually was actually correct.
Well, I feel like I've been burned about 7 or 8 times this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think like I was not worried about approval, but I also was like, I just think playing options on a PDUFA is going to get you in trouble because it's literally impossible to know what the company is going to announce after or what they're not going to announce. Like BCRX, right? Like you could argue everyone that played that PDUFA got lucky that they announced that Royalty Pharma financing. Whereas if companies dilute, you get unlucky, or if they do nothing, this happens. So I mean, I don't know what this is.
2753 is very key.
Yeah.
I think it holds that.
I think so too.
I think it holds this number, $30.08. So I think this is a very good buying opportunity, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
Right where it is. And you could do what Big Tech's is doing. You write the 30 put. I don't know if he's writing the 30 put, but you write the 30 put. That means you're going to get money in the bank. And then if it goes below 30, you either cover the put or you have to buy the shares at 30, one or the other.
Yeah, so, I sold some 30s and 35s this morning.
I think that's not a bad play at all. And maybe you do both. If you have shares, you can write the calls, the 35 calls for short term. And you write the puts. You write both of them.
Yep.
And then if it closes between 30 and 35, you still keep your shares and you collect your money.
Yeah, I also recommend just buying shares.
Just buy
and keeping them forever.
Let's be simplistic. Buy.
Right.
Yep. Buy the stock.
The CEO says it's going to have revenues of $1 billion a year, second half of the decade.
Yeah.
That equates to $150 a share. Are we right?
Yeah. I think it'll be even more, but yeah. It's a value because based on their cash alone, they're trading at only 2x cash. I like this one a lot.
I mean, it may be slower than some of you like, but I think it's a good long-term play.
Exactly, yeah.
Can we switch over to VBIV? Just on since we're doing the plays?
Sure.
There's a couple of people been asking about it.
Sure.
especially since I don't imagine. I know attention spans tend to get smaller and shorter, but I'm assuming you still like this, that you haven't lost interest in it.
Oh, absolutely.
No.
I don't see any reason, like on a fundamental level, it only gets stronger. So the chart is just going to frustrate people. But I think right now it's actually a buy even on the chart. I think it's touching trend on the weekly.
Well, can it compete with the mRNA vaccines?
I think there's room for both, especially because on their early data, it looked like they were better from a seroprotective rate. So I think, I mean, I just believe in this tech. I think at some point they'll either get bought or they'll have a big partnership or something in between.
Yeah. Would you think that it's considering the price and the market cap, a better buy than buying a Novavax? The reason I ask you that, they're both Canadian companies, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would pick this one because it's valued at about. So this one will be under $1 billion market cap. I think on their Hep B vaccine alone, that's what this company's worth. And they have three other things going that are all more valuable. So I think like I don't see the story here getting worse at all. If anything, I see it getting better. Every data release validates the platform more and more.
I'm going to give you an optimistic note from the chart on the weekly. Besides the chart being clearly bullish, even though we dropped below trend line, we now started another parallel trend line, or what's known as a channel. So now we're channeling in the same direction as the upper trend line. So it might just take us longer to get there, but we're still heading in the right direction. If it breaks through the lower trend line, it might give me a little pause. But right now, it looks like a buy and even a swing, because let's say it takes a while to get back to the upper trend line. It could be 350, 360 by now. So this is a buy right now at $3, looking to swing it, let's say, to 350. That's a nice swing. And it don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. You know, people have been buying my merchandise. We've had 3 sales of Dr. J t-shirts. Now, does that mean that Arjun and Spike bought? Are you the guilty parties?
I'm going to buy mine with my residuals from YouTube.
Come clean. I want to know if it's one of Dr. J's followers, or if it was Arjun, Jake, and Spike.
I'm too cheap, so it's certainly not me.
It wasn't you. We're $30 richer. I made $10 a shirt. I could take that $30. I could buy. What could I buy with it?
10 VBIV. 10 VBIV.
10 VBIV. That's not bad.
10 VBIV, that's right.
You know, the problem is I don't know how to edit it. I only have black, and the lettering Dr. J is black on black. So the black one's pretty useless. This one is just Dr. J, and the sleeve is not so nice. I think this is the only nice one, and it comes in various colors. So you actually have a choice of colors on this one.
They're gonna wear. Everybody's gonna wear that shirt at your bachelor party, Arjun.
I think you can change colors on this one. You see what I mean? It wipes out the Dr. J. You could barely see it if you change to black.
Yeah, I agree, Professor.
I don't know about the other colors. Oh, enough with the merchandise.
Yeah, I believe.
I want to come up with one that's really catchy, like "Come Swim with Us." You like that?
Well, you know,
Come swing with us, Doc.
swing or swing.
Uh,
Swing
I
it.
think we should do a Professor Spike shirt. Definitely, I like Professor Spike shirts.
I'll have to think about an appropriate design.
Yeah, you can figure out your own design. But we should do a Professor Spike shirt.
All right, what are we doing now? Oh, we're still doing VBIV?
I told you when I wore it to the beach, it created I got an audience. People wanted to know what the hell the candlesticks were. So VBIV is way off the top, but not to give up. It's a great swing trade right now because you're out if you go below this candle. If you go below 245, you're out.
No, that's not getting taken out. That's not getting taken out.
Yeah, well, below 245, you're out, and you can sell it for 355. So you got a 55. You got a 20% move up or down. I think that's fair. I think it's a good swing trade. The truth of the matter is, I would be out if it goes below trend line. I would be out long before the 245 on a swing. But you can swing it any which way you want, put any parameters you want in, take profit, stop loss. You guys, I taught you a lot. You should be able to figure it out. Did I not teach everyone how to swing? I did.
Swinging, yeah. Swinging's easy.
I've been teaching all along trend lines, Fibonacci retrace, RSI, all this.
And sometimes we even listen.
Sometimes double tops, double bottoms, all kinds of cup and handles. So you've been learning a lot.
We've seen them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm still making money on and still on.
So did you want to do the new one that OPHC, the new one that
what happened? I was making money, now I'm losing money. What happened?
Managing, right?
The manager left.
This is
left me down.
This is Dr. J's baby for a little while.
Yeah, and I'm now losing money on it. This is one of the ones that is a pure COVID play for COVID odds or to prevent people from getting really sick. Anti-inflammatory, it's an MAB, and it's adhering very well to the weekly trend line. So today, even though it's an ugly candle today on the daily, an ugly candle even on the weekly, both, I still like it because look where it stopped, right on the trend line. So I'm going to add more to my manager with the belief that they will be approved by UK and ultimately by the FDA or given emergency use authorization. You know what you got to look at? You got to look at the COVID plays again because that's the worry.
Agreed. Yeah, the variants are going to make companies relevant again that we thought weren't.
It makes me worry.
Well, APT actually had a rise today.
Yeah. AEMD sold off today, right? But it had a recent move up. And this is an interesting one because they showed success. They saved patients' lives. If there's, they have EUA in the States, and desperate people will cry for this to save their lives. And if the more lives that it saves, the more positive press it gets, this thing could go to 50. So, if we have what's known as a surge of new cases due to the Delta variant, and AEMD, hemopurified device, not saving people's lives, this will get major press.
It's the inequitable distribution of vaccines that's causing any spike.
So you could get tremendous value here, or it might just drift down hopefully the Delta doesn't hit its side, and then this thing would just drift down, which is fine by me because I'd rather lose money on this and the Delta not be a factor. So it's a no lose to own this one. Glad to lose money. Isn't that weird? Glad to lose bucks. All right.
Can you do OPHC? I really think the people need to see the swing trade. The setup is really nice right now.
The pump and dump.
No, it's not. It's not. You're wrong. You are 100% wrong on this. If you go to the daily, you'll see this thing is gonna run hard.
It's certainly on the weekly been showing a strong chart. I'll give you that.
I think if you add at the halfway point of yesterday's candle at like 640, you're gonna be very happy.
I don't know the fundamentals, but it's been behaving a little bit like a pump and dump. From the weekly, not so much.
The daily, it hasn't either. It bull flagged for about 5 weeks on end. You got to go to the daily.
Okay, I'm getting there. I just wanted to see the weekly.
I'm just because I've done this one, so I just want to get you to the punchline.
Well, the question is, how far down does it go? Does it come all the way back to this side? I think so. 619. My target, if you really want to enter this one, I feel confident that you're going to get 619 again. Just from a quick look of this chart and the quick rise that it's had, it should come back.
Yeah, I'm adding closer to the halfway on the green candle of yesterday, but sure, pull back. Yep.
Somewhere between 620 and 640. How's that?
Yeah, I think what I like most about this one is you look at that green candle from like 5 weeks ago where the volume really pumped up, and then it flagged for quite a while, and then it continued to level up. I think there's a lot of buyers here.
Well, it consolidated nicely right in this area here.
Yep.
So you have the consolidation going on for a period of time, and then it broke through. So it had its run, consolidated, and then surged. Now it's got to pull back. I wouldn't chase it. So
yeah, fair enough.
640 or 620, something like that.
Just given an interesting chart. I think kind of pick which one you trust more, 618 or 640 if you want to enter this.
You could enter in pieces. You buy a little at 640. If it drops to 620, you buy more.
Yeah.
I want to look at Jackie's end save. That's an interesting pump and dump.
Yeah.
Jackie here with us today?
No.
Jackie, this one's for you. I dismissed it back.
Yeah, she'll be on later.
This is a nice pump and dump. It's been they know how to pump this one very well. It's a Chinese company, and they're they're touting themselves as the next Coinbase,
Right.
crypto exchange.
Again, it's the thing that's compelling is they're not a coin itself; they're a coin servicer.
And on the website, it's very interesting pump. They have a countdown to when they go live on their exchange. So it's like, it's like the rocket ship going to launch. It's very nicely handled. They have a good PR department, whatever it is.
Ooh, I like this one.
Now,
Problems, these are pennies, so there's a lot of natural volatility because they're penny
yeah,
stocks.
I don't know where it's going. I'm not sure that I would touch it, but it's just interesting. It already came up at eightfold from 0.006 to 0.045. So you had an 8-bagger already. Can it double from here? Probably.
Well, she got in around 2, so she's done all right.
Yeah.
Wow, 2 pennies, geez. So she's already almost 250%.
150%.
Oh yeah, 150.
Anyway, Jackie's finds these little gems. I don't know where she gets them from, but I dismissed it too quickly, not knowing the fundamentals and recognizing it as a pump and dump. I kind of just dismissed it, but the fact that there's such hype around it, you could get another leg up on this pump. The pump may not be broken just yet. If you're into pennies,
the pump might still pump.
this pump might still pump. I want to look at the real stocks now.
All right, somebody wants BCRX because it's been a little while since we talked.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's do some. That's still, it's either my biggest or second biggest position. I don't remember.
Then we also have Churchill and CRISPR as far as somebody.
Yeah, CRISPR has been disappointing.
Yeah, I gotta hop off in about 2-3 minutes. Prep for this next one.
So do I. So we'll look at CRISPR and BCRX and call it a day. CRISPR is taking its time loading. CRISPR has been on a solid decline from its recent high of 170. So it's been giving back at almost daily. And now we're at a point 120.72 where I think it's close to being done. I like 119.57 as clear-cut support. So we're very, very close to what the point that I think we should hold. This is not a knife that's dropping without a bottom. There is support below. So I think it will find this support at around what I say, 119.57. It looks like a very nice area of support. We're almost there. I've been adding on the drop. I'm going to continue to add. I'm adding insult to injury on this one.
Well, you're getting that triple bottom, so you might be onto something here.
I do like. I know it's not going to go to zero. So that's one thing.
Well, that's comforting.
I know it's an extremely hot area of gene editing. I know they have a sickle cell drug that's moving along nicely. I think phase 3 partners with Vertex. I know they have some joint venture with AbbVie. I know they have a deep pipeline. I know that there's going to be a lot of interest in the future about this company. So this one, Editas and Natalia, all strong buys on dips. Next, I'll end with BCRX.
Yeah. Yeah, this one. So this one, so we have revenue for Q2 coming in 13 days.
Yeah. That could push it above 18.
Yeah, it's been bumping its head in the high 17s or even mid 17s.
Notice how true it's been to its trend, to its recent trading range.
Yeah.
It's been very true to its recent trading range.
Yeah, I think if you add in the high 15s and trim in the high mid 17s, you'll make money.
1520 to 1776. That's been the trading range, and it's been true to it. So it's very close to that trading range now. I'll tell you what I did. You don't have. I certainly don't want you to copy me because I probably did the wrong thing. No, I think I did the right thing. Just around this price, I wrote puts, the 17 puts for August. And I bought calls. I wrote calls. I'm sorry, not bought. I wrote the 18 calls. So I got money coming in. If on expiration day, price of BCRX is between 17 and 18, I keep all the money. I keep my share.
Yep. And you get your premium back on the puts.
Yep. I make out like a bandito if that happens.
But what I like about that play is if you're above 18, you probably have too much BCRX anyway, so you get rid of a little. And if you're below 17, it's too cheap and you get more. So I like it. I like it.
Or I just cover my put. I don't have to take the shares.
Right.
And the same with the call. I could always buy it back and not give up my shares.
Yeah. Yeah, I would be very cautious here. I would not be buying in the 17s. I agree. I would wait for a pullback.
Okay, so that just about does it. I think that this is one of our shows. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it was a lot of variety.
I liked what we covered today. I think we covered it well. Stanley, sorry we couldn't do GG for you, but we did do Albo, and I think we honored Jiggly's VBIV request, right? So I think we honored most of the requests. I couldn't do everything I wanted to do, but we covered a lot of the macro stuff. So I think it's been a nice show and end the week with, and wishing you all have a great weekend. Go to the beach, relax, get ready for Monday. Out to the way, go have a great weekend, everybody. Check out the merchandise, subscribe, do your own due diligence. Remember, our opinions are strictly our own and do not constitute investment advice. Check with an advisor before acting and all that stuff. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Professor Spike.